You turn it on, Mike?
There's certain shit where I would just. The rotten shit. They probably juiced them, so just have the peels just fucking right over.
Nasty and citrusy.
Oh, did Mike do that thing that he does?
Yeah, Mike did that thing that he does. Where
I didn't catch.
I do the same thing I do every week, and nobody catches on to it.
Sneaky bitch.
Wow. All right.
I'm sorry. I love it.
I know. What's going on, everybody? It's the Not That Serious Podcast, the greatest podcast in the. What the fuck was that?
Fuck you, Army. Fuck you, RT. Not RT. RT don't like them. Who's the other? Oh, Tempo. Fuck you, Army.
Yeah,
Tempo.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, Garrett, you too.
All right, so
bitch.
I told you it wasn't Kev.
All right.
This nigga, you got a little too up there for me, cause
there's a ledge.
I'm about to say, cause you should have actually. You had a little too much.
Sat there.
Nah, bro, he had a little too much hops for that, bro. I thought we was gonna have to sit Christina down. Like, listen,
do that.
We had nothing to do with it.
That shit in the rain, bro. Look at this nigga.
No, nobody touches him.
Yo, he's ass.
It's pouring down, raining.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yo, this nigga fucking.
Do you know how fucking sick? Wait,
I never met a nigga that believes in himself more than this motherfucker right here. This nigga thought in the pouring torrential
rain.
Indiana rain in San Francisco rain
where it never
and
rains.
it never rains in Southern California. And this motherfucker's.
I was about to say,
Isn't more like,
all right,
like
goddamn
Central?
Google Maps.
It's like Central California, right? No, it's literally north.
This nigga been back 18 seconds and correcting
Frisco
niggas.
is
God
North
damn,
California.
nigga.
It's a almost hour-and-a-half flight north than LA.
Yeah, what are y'all talking about? That's definitely north.
That's crazy.
No, he's not.
San Francisco?
Oakland? You consider that North Carolina?
Because he's butt. That's why he's just fucking ass.
That's northern. They call it NorCal.
Where's Central California?
We're all over the place.
Trust me.
We're starting over from the top anyway. It don't matter. Yeah.
Nah, that was like the most inopportune time to do that.
Yeah, because as soon as we started, this nigga just listen.
Wait, are you going to restart the whole audio or no?
Hell no. I think I'm just gonna do this raw, dirty dog style.
All right. That's a
Could
great
be.
video. Because
See what
fuck
we're-
Carson Wentz.
See what we're
And
seeing.
it's been that way.
No, I'm on your side.
Oh!
What's like right above?
This
the
about to be
border?
a poop bowl.
Like in the next state, yeah. So like what town is right around?
I mean, you're still in good shape. It's just...
Okay, so do like a Ashland to San Francisco.
Nah, Mike, you ready?
That's
Are you rolling?
Yeah, that's fine. That's it right there.
We gonna let it die down for a second? You ready?
What are you talking about?
I mean,
Are you looking at this?
Yeah, y'all done your geography lesson?
I feel like
they just
I feel like it's Central California unless there's just no such thing as Central California, like Jersey is.
What I like to do is I like to take the I-67 up to North Cal, and then I like to stop by San Francisco, get me a Birkenstock and a dick suck, and I go straight over to Oakland.
My man.
Where I roll. They don't call it San Francisco or nothing.
He doing Turk games.
All right now, Boosie.
Anyway, all right. Shit's off the rails
Already.
and we just started. All right, but what's going on, everybody? It's Not That Serious Podcast, the greatest podcast in the flipping world. You already know what's going on. It's your boy Big Mike here.
It's LZ.
It's your boy Q.
That's right.
Lamont, a.k.a. Dr. Watt.
AKA Dr. Waff. We got AKA White Toes Only Mike in the building, behind the camera, behind the filmatics, behind the YouTube, the man behind the visuals. We got a special guest We got a whole bunch of nostalgia in this motherfucker tonight.
You
You know what I'm saying? First of all, listen. You see the visuals. You see where we at. We're on the fucking roof. We're on the roof in an undisclosed location in fucking Philadelphia. You know what I mean? We got the skyline behind us. We looking real elite and luxurious, nigga. We look like we have more money than you, but we only look that way. Just forget that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we here, and you know, we got, first of all, let's start this. We got our main man, the pilot, the king, the Google Maps man himself, the
Google Maps.
motherfucking Google Tay Diggs, motherfucking Keyshawn Johnson.
You got that yummy.
Yeah. We got motherfucking Giveon in the building. We got him back. It's been so long. We got our boy back, Corey, in the building tonight. What's up, baby?
What's up?
Yeah, man. He got all the way on, you know, on the first thing smoking from Lynchburg, Mississippi.
Feels like.
It's what it feels like. Where they look at him like a fucking zoo exhibit. Oh my god. It's like a black that reads. So
I came in there with the ooh ah.
He came here beating his chest and throwing his poop to show authority. Oh my god. He was hurling feces at everyone and let them know that this is my office. And on top of that, for the OGest of OG listeners,
You got to be a super OG.
you
right
gotta
now.
be listen. You don't know how much of an OG you have to be to know this man right here. This is before a Dr. Waff. This is before a White Toes Only Mike. This is before a motherfucking Pineapple Plunderer, Pimp Master, Panty Dropper, Pimp Pineapple Q. This is even before a goddamn Corey the Pilot Deucin. This is before all that. When it was just Michael and Julian in a dream. You know what I mean? And this is when niggas knew nothing about podcasting. We knew nothing about audio. We knew nothing about video. We knew nothing about nothing. But we had
shit to talk.
We had shit to talk and no way to get it through. I had all this dick, but nowhere to put it. All this cock. All of it. It's just engorged with blood, and I got no warm hole to thrust it in. But here comes someone willing to provide that hole. And I know this isn't the best intro, because it's making it sound real different.
Yeah, where's this going?
It's going inside is where it's going.
It's going inside.
It's going deep. But we got our main man who was willing to, you know, he started us out. He helped us out with our first producing us, guiding the conversation. You know, it's like you can go back to hear him now on the first 2, 3, 4 episodes. It's OG super producer Kev in the motherfucking building because it's his house. What's going on, man? What's up, baby?
We here, man.
Oh my! It's been so long. I mean, we see this nigga all the time, but it's been so long. He's been on here. Like we see him We don't just use him for recording purposes. He's our actual friend. We saw him get married. First of all, it was a great time. Great wedding, by the way.
Beautiful.
Top tier wedding. Actually, since you're here and we're here, I have something I want to ask you in the most respectful way possible. I don't know. And I don't know who was there. I don't know if she's your auntie or a cousin or somebody. It was some woman in there with like a silverish dress that was thicker than racial tension in 1960s America. That motherfucker. Oh my! She had like 2 kids and a husband. She had a family.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I'm gonna act like I don't.
Is she like your auntie, your cousin? She's
my first cousin. Yeah. No names.
I got a thing with podcast members and their cousins, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going around the block.
That nigga unplug everything. Yank, nigga.
Shut it down.
I'm taking my lights.
Nah, bro. I couldn't even focus on my stuffed chicken because I was like, I want that shit. But anyway. No. We're not gonna keep doing it. But I mean, that's because I'm not close enough with my female cousin for me to even warn if you start talking about them. I'm like, okay, get it, nigga. Do what you want. Do what you
her, the kids that were in the wedding were hers.
Okay. Yeah. That flower girl was great. It was great.
She didn't throw any flowers.
She did not. I was glossing over that fact.
Yeah, flowers like NBA.
Yeah. I'm like, Island.
They did
some shit. God damn it, throw that shit.
She did a lot of running for somebody that didn't do her job right too. She did a lot of running around after the wedding like she did the right thing. Like, yo, you didn't throw no flowers, shorty.
You're actually fine. You did one job. Damn it.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna hold you. I've had 2 weeks to plan this thing. I don't got no topics for you niggas, so what's up?
Well, first of all, I mean, there's plenty to talk about, but I will say, me personally, I'm quitting my job tomorrow.
Oh. No word? Yes, sir. How we doing? Are we going theatrical?
No, so you know what? I'm not going too theatrical because
put your dick on the shake table.
I don't. You know what? I'm not going too theatrical because I'm not necessarily quitting. I'm putting my 2 weeks in. So now I'm being professional about it. Now, how I handle those next 2 weeks as a sales manager who's in charge of sales at this location, there's going to be a dramatic dip in sales.
Let's just say the numbers are taking a dive.
Listen, I've been planning this. For weeks now, I've been planning that. If you know, you know.
If you know that. I've been planning. And
so,
you know, Jane, you're a hoe.
You're a hoe.
You're a hoe.
So now, like the company I work at, you know, you can see everybody's numbers, right? So each gym has their own like amount of units and everything like that. So we're down by the most. Now, this is not a coincidence because in my head, I quit 2 weeks ago.
You're like a woman you broke up with mentally before.
It's been done. We've been done. You just didn't know. So the decline that this place is about to take within the next 2 weeks, going into the end of the month, Corey, that I don't know how that hit you just now.
You know the baby got shot.
Now, the decline that
they always leave mentally.
They always do.
Yeah.
But the decline that my job is about to take into from the next 2 weeks, which is the end of the month into a new month, is spectacular. Because fuck them. So that's pretty much where I'm at. And then I'm starting a new job whenever.
Oh, so you got that?
Yeah, I have a new job loading. So I'm quitting this job, transitioning into another job, a job that pays more and I do less for less hours. And I am ecstatic. I can't wait. It's gonna expedite my move out process. I don't want to move out in the wintertime, but if this job goes well, I could do it. Yeah, oh yeah. Listen,
bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, you know what, my
chains,
nigga?
He don't lift
that's
that ain't no problem.
Kev, you made a great point because, bro, like niggas is too old to be helping niggas move boxes and furnitures and shit for a box of pizza. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro.
We've moved like 3 or 4 times now in Philly, and we have one friend. I'm not gonna say a name, but who should be there. Like, if anyone should be there, and this person, looking back on the calendar, has been on vacation every fucking time our lease ends.
Genius.
Every time.
That's a genius.
That's called.
And now, and I picked up because they just moved, and we helped them move for the 4th time because they move every year.
Calculations.
I will be on vacation next year. I will be away. I will be on a fucking.
I will just have a torn ACL.
Yeah, I'm be out.
My back hurts.
Yeah. Not available,
bro. That ass, like I never understood the thing of like when you help niggas move and they reward you with like
food,
pizza. Like I can get this pizza my fucking self. I'm grown. Like
I'm a slut. I'll take it.
Like you and this, like you and this. What would you rather have? You and this bucket of KFC is not going.
What would your ideal reward be?
My ideal reward is to watch movers do it.
Oh, well.
Say watch the movers do it. You don't.
I would rather. This is what I would do.
Who's the last person you helped? Was it Corey?
Yeah. Keenan.
Oh yeah.
Keenan with his family.
But he helped me move too.
Yeah.
Helped him. I helped this. It was just
we
it was
put
just
shit together.
me
Yeah.
and him.
That was it.
And
Because
it
I
was
think
like-
I had something to do. I
That was
couldn't make
some
it.
nut shit over there.
That was a lot of moving.
That was a
we
lot
did
of
that
shit.
We were both sweating,
Yeah,
and,
that-
and it was so early on. The power wasn't even cut on, so we didn't even have AC.
What the fuck?
This
It
was
was
in August.
middle of the summer.
This was
yeah,
August.
yeah.
Damn.
We were in there sweating.
That was
Yeah.
like by UPenn or some shit, right?
Yeah, y'all was
Yeah.
out.
How high is this balcony, bro?
Oh, man. This nigga's stupid.
It hurts
They
too
got the
much.
address memorized and shit.
Hell nah, he probably forgot that.
1620 Chase Place.
We're exactly 3.5 miles from that bitch right now. I actually drove by there before I stopped there.
He rode by.
He drove by. He stayed outside and jacked off in front of him like Joe from you.
Oh my
I
god.
see.
Where you're smiling, where you're
No,
crying.
that nigga was out there. It's like, I see you sitting there, mysterious, but you don't want to be listened to.
I know you ain't take a picture of that. Yeah, you're here.
You wear your hair down, so you like to keep it loose,
Your
but you're
cousin.
buttoning your shirt up, so you're professional. I really long for you.
Joe is fucking
Is it
disgusting.
you?
That
Like,
nigga's disgusting, bro.
That nigga.
That's a nasty nigga.
That nigga. I never seen nobody talk himself into a bitch like that nigga can. Man. He talk himself into every bitch, except the black women. Like he don't. That one black chick, he could not talk himself in her. Not the one he ended up liking. I'm talking about the one, like the friend that was real mean. You don't remember?
Talking about the first season.
No, I'm talking about in the latest season, the chick that he ended up hating.
Oh, she was a bitch. What are you talking
But
about?
you know how much he-
horrible.
She's
But-
horrible.
But do you understand how much he hated her?
I hated her too.
Okay, do you hate her this much? Now, when they were organizing, you spoilers ahead. Sorry, when they were organizing the swinging, right? And they was like, oh well, you know, what if the girl was like, what if me and Love do things? He was like, yeah, I'm down for that. And he was like, all right, would it be okay if you and my husband do stuff? He was like, I'll keep an open mind. And then when he said, well, what about me and you? The black girl is talking. He was like, no. I was like, I never hated a woman so much that I'd rather suck dick than fuck her. I'm sorry.
We didn't know if it was gonna go the other way though.
I never hated no woman like that much. You know what, woman? I'd rather before
Before
the
putting
bricky in
my
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
let
hate her
some
that
nigga.
much. I don't hate her.
I'll let somebody go quick.
I'll let some nigga. I'm never letting no nigga grow inside my mouth.
You gonna preheat the meat?
Preheat the meat. Oh my
That nigga-
god.
That's it. He
What they call that? A dirty Sanchez?
Nah, they like that nigga called the Iron Giant.
Oh shit, this is about to be a fumble. Wait, he touched it. He touched it. He touched it.
What the hell?
This is a safety.
I'm sorry,
Wow,
guys.
I'm sorry. If you guys are if you see the highlights from this San Francisco game, this is
So
a mess.
basically, if you can see what we're doing right now, we're chilling outside on the roof.
Yeah.
We got the fire pit going, and you guys can't see this or hear this, but we got basically a big flat screen TV with the Sunday night football game on, and some fucking dickhead. Oh, Brandon Ayuk, wasn't that nice?
He hasn't been doing anything.
He hasn't been doing this his whole career.
Yeah.
Got a safety in the footballs. Chicks, if you don't know, ask the niggas around you. It's not good.
He
but,
kicked it. Wow. He's
what an asshole.
yeah, he's cut.
and then he stopped
He couldn't go anywhere.
stop, keep running.
Go ahead, ref. Give it a safety.
But anyway, but yeah, like you like helping people move, kid. Like I know you don't like it, but like, what would you You think that's the
I
best?
can't fucking stand it, and I always get asked because I'm the big
Right.
strong
You put
nigga,
you
man.
put a piano
Yeah,
on your back.
Hey, you want to pick? You want to lift this big ass?
Hey,
dick?
see,
No,
people
nigga.
stop
Thank you. I have a
people-
grand piano. I need
That I used to
keep
be like
on your
you.
back.
People stop asking me because then I get winded easy, so I'm not really useful. But niggas still ask me to do that shit.
Here, like I'm a fucking ox. No,
Yeah,
nigga, I don't
like, I'm not a
fucking
workhorse.
Plow your fucking.
You know, it's funny. People really don't ask me, and and now I'm realizing like it's because I'm
Are you
not big.
offended? You offended? No,
I'm not offended. I'm good.
because I fucking hate it.
I've only been asked to help somebody move one time. I couldn't even go. Like actually, like ask, like yo, help me move. I'm like, All right, I got you. And then I couldn't go.
It's always that open offer. Yo, I'm moving such and such. Can anybody help me? Niggas like,
I gotta scratch that.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, melons are moving that day. Sorry.
Man.
but nah, yo, I hate that moving shit, bro. Like, I would throw you some money so we can start a pot together to get you some movers before I go out there and do that shit.
I'm with it. Them niggas be charging bread now too.
Did you do movers for this? Really?
Some niggas that owe me.
Niggas that old me.
Kev,
keep a favor.
No, this Kev got a black book somewhere, and it just says everything in it.
There's positives and negatives too.
Keep a
There's
favor.
positives
There you
and
go.
negatives. Because if I owe somebody, I don't forget. If you owe me, you in that book, bitch.
They couldn't even say
I did.
they couldn't even say no. They was just like,
He just said code word, San Francisco.
yeah.
You right. You right. You right. Vegas. Vegas. Backroom Vegas. Hey, damn.
Bible
down.
stuff. Oh, relax.
You saw what happened. You remember you was there.
Nah, I kept that. Yeah, you see, I ain't finished. Hold up. Nah, we ain't going.
But that's a great way. I'm glad for you getting out of that job.
Oh yeah, thanks.
When is the last? Have y'all? I mean, has everybody here quit a job or like really like? I won't say be ignorant about it, but like really like you quit the job and then afterwards or put your 2 weeks and it was like, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to work for this company in Trenton, like downtown, where all like the commercial buildings are. And we had like an executive director. So anyway, it just ended really badly. And she ended up getting fired because she was like pretty much abusing, like verbally abusing and shit like that, everybody. And so after she got fired, I wasn't sticking around because it was just like a fucked up situation. But I promise you, I put my 2 weeks in. I took off out of the 5 days. I think like 9 days I took off. 9 days out of 10. Like I came in, I think the second to last day. I didn't even show up on my last day. I was out.
Jesus.
I didn't even show up. Every day. I had all this PTO. I was like, I'm not coming in. I don't fucking owe y'all nothing.
I said that. Now that's the baller way to quit.
Yeah,
when
I mean,
you have,
I do
when you
have
have PTO saved, and you just say, "I'm putting my 2 weeks in," and then like the last 5 days you don't come and still get paid.
Let me see how much.
That's the biggest.
I know I got
Fuck
it.
you to the
You're getting paid.
Actually,
And you're getting paid.
I actually didn't check that. That's a good idea. I didn't even think I was gonna be the good guy and try to go in.
Nah,
and
you're bugged out.
just not do anything.
Just go there and try.
And just chill. Like, yeah, just like, yo, it was good, yo. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
What the? Yeah, like I.
Especially if your job pays out PTO, use that shit before you leave, unless you want to get paid.
I got 63 hours.
Yeah,
So it's getting used.
You can.
Use that.
You
It's
should
getting used.
You
all
can
of
use
it.
like that's damn near a week.
Nigga,
Yeah.
that's 8 days.
It's getting used.
Yeah,
Hell
And,
yeah.
and the only reason I have 63 because I just had to use some because I'm going away on Friday.
Put that shit in the system. Don't say nothing.
yeah, nothing.
Shit. Yeah.
Then your
That's
last
8
8 days, you don't even come in like.
It's going down.
I had a job in high school, and I didn't even quit. I just turned my availability to nothing.
Petty shit, but
No, actually, mm-mm.
I haven't.
Not available.
When we worked at UPS, I fell off the truck
Yeah.
and just never went back. I never said anything. Just never went back.
I think I told her.
You fell off the truck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
slipped.
Back like the Popeyes. Like,
No, yeah.
Hold on, how you fall off the truck?
Because like, and Julian can attest to this. Like,
Don't y'all just load the trucks?
yeah,
Yeah, but there's a gap.
There's a gap between the truck and the
There's a
actual
gap they don't
warehouse.
tell you
And
about.
my leg went through that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Yeah, this is it."
And it's cold.
And it's cold.
It's cold as hell.
'Cause y'all was working there around the same time I was working with Adam, right?
Mhm.
That's exactly
Same time.
Yeah. Oh man.
Lasted a
You have
month.
a cozy
I
job.
lasted
That
1
job,
month.
that job was so fucking lit, bro.
Where you at?
I was so where I was working with my boy Adam. He got me hooked me up the job. Love you, bro. Right after college, it was like the summer after college. It was like he worked at the Dow Jones building in Princeton,
I forgot he did that.
and basically he worked in the mailroom because the mailroom was contracted out. Like it was a contractor that like his mom was the head of HR, so he worked there because they had an office in New York. He used to work there, and then they moved to Princeton.
Yeah.
And then so he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be going to school. So like on the days I'm at school, you can come in and fill for me." I was like, "Hell yeah!" So this is in 2016, 2016, right? I think they started me off at like $17 an hour. I was fucking.
That's balling.
Nigga, when I was at the when
that's
I was at
balling.
the interview, and I was like, oh, they're real laissez-faire about the interview because they already knew who was recommending me because I pretty much had this shit anyway. And at the end of the day, it's just a fucking mailroom job. You don't need to be fucking Socrates to get that shit. So, they were saying, you're like, oh, well, you worked at a camp, you work with kids. Yeah, like, are you passionate about paper?
How do you feel about mail?
How do you feel about junk mail?
Right.
Do you have a drive? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in the paper industry? Like, no fucking dunder motherfucker. Anyway, so when they told me in the interview, like, yeah, we're gonna start you from like 16, 17, my motherfucking penis wiggled in my fucking suit pants. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll take that.
You trying to be modest about it? Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah,
That's enough.
That's enough. You know when you get offered something and it's way more than you expected, and you try to be cool about this shit, like you.
Wait.
Yeah, now y'all gotta tell this fucking fusion dance story because y'all did some shit.
Wait, it's worse than what we.
I'm sure it is.
All right, so just I'm gonna wait.
So-
I'm gonna cook later.
Yeah. She totally showed my shit up. My $17. Like, yeah, I got offered $1 million. So yeah, they was like, all right, yeah, you got it. So basically, I did nothing. Like when he said, "Oh, you did nothing," you did nothing. Basically, what you did, I did. If you had an early shift and a late shift. Early shift, what you did was you come in, you get the newspapers organized, like you put the mail in the slots for the day. You take the newspapers and put them in the designated mailroom spots around the office. Then you like take the mail, you do a morning mail run. You come back, you chill. UPS or DHL comes in, you organize those packages. You do a second mail run in the middle of the day. Chill, lunch, chill, afternoon mail run, and then you're sorting mail throughout the day, and then that's it. Otherwise, you're just sitting at your desk. And it was so fucking cake. It was beautiful. And I wish I would have stayed there forever if I could. I swear to God,
now
I'd still be there the fucking day.
Now, how did it end?
How did it end? Was it ended because he stopped. He was done with school.
Oh, okay, so you just stopped. Oh, because you were just filling in again.
I was just filling in, so it was like
Okay.
once they filled in, they was like people were there longer. They just gave them the spot instead of me because I was the newest guy there.
Okay, all right, got
So it wasn't like you got fired, but it was just like, yo,
yeah, we kind of don't need you
we
anymore.
kind of don't need
All
you, and we kind of giving you a favor because your man's anyway,
Yeah.
and so bye.
Okay.
So whatever.
Right.
But yeah, quitting a job, I did at the bank, but fuck them.
You ain't going back either.
Hell no.
Wait,
Hell no.
Corey, what story did you have?
So obviously, remember when I came over here when I originally got hired, and me and Kev kind of was like, I want more money.
Yeah.
So and I was like, me and Kev finesse because I got the extra 20.
Yeah.
So what I found out was after I got hired was Google has like tech companies. What they do is to attract clients and candidates. They're like, well, we pay the most because this is our.
Yeah.
So what obviously, like Kev knows, they add up all the salaries and then they just show the difference. Like we average this salary, right?
Ah, okay.
So what I found out was when they gave me a manager title, and at Google you can't make under 6 figures as a manager. So we actually didn't finesse them. They had to give me that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and
I didn't know what your title was.
and they actually lowballed me because I deserve more money. Because I'm talking to my coworkers, and they're getting more money than me. And I've been there 2 months, and I didn't get a signing bonus. That was another. Exactly. Oh no. Yeah. So look, I have. So like,
Don't let me hear that.
God damn.
Yo, this nigga Kevin is crazy.
I need to. Me and Kevin,
please.
me and Kevin need to
I was
run
like,
that shit back.
First of all, this is a conversation. We're gonna run this back with you anyway because we're gonna do like an HR type episode.
yes.
We're gonna have you and Gary.
That would be a guess.
We're gonna have you and Gary because Gary works in HR as well, but he's kind of on like a different spectrum with it. So you guys can kind of join forces and kind of help everybody out. So, but Corey, good.
Yeah. So like, obviously, like I come from government, which is like you get no perks. You literally the only perk they give you is so that they can keep people is they'll give you a lot of PTO.
Yeah.
That's literally it. And then now I'm in the private sector and I have a managerial title and I get all the perks. Like I got invited to golf my first week there. Just like one of the dudes that's in like the Google fantasy football. And he works in the DC site, at like one of the headquarters there. And he like looked me up. He's like, "Oh, you're in Virginia." He's like, "Yo, if you're free this weekend, let's just golf." And then I was like, "Cool." But then Kev was getting married, so I didn't go.
Couldn't go, yeah.
So then my boss, I was telling him, I was like, "Yeah, I got invited to golf, but I told him that I'll just catch some rain check and I'll just use PTO." He's like, "What do you mean you use PTO?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "If you golf and you golf with another Google employee, you don't use PTO. It's company time." Yeah,
But
but
Donald Trump
shit
shit
is this? God damn,
Right,
nigga.
yeah.
Presidential shit is
Yes,
this.
if you're as long as you're with another Google employee, you don't have to use PTO. It is they look at that as work. That's exactly what they look at it, right? So like
Yo, fuck.
I'm going to
man.
golf
obviously,
in fucking.
obviously, you know that like with tech companies, they always try to like, and Kevin attested that they always try to outdo each other because that's how they attract other people, right? So like, I got an expense card. It's got like over $20,000 limit. As long as I can justify that I need it, I can spend it. Like, bro, I bought like $500 headphones that were just like because I needed noise canceling headphones. right. So
You need
like,
to have noise
so obviously
cancellation
you know
on
like the basics. You get free lunch. Like you don't pay for lunch. You pay, I have an assistant. They literally just DoorDash whatever I tell them to do, and then like if
Corey
I work,
with an assistant.
if I
It's
work,
hilarious.
I'm like Michael Scott. Yeah. So like
You probably make mad inappropriate jokes.
actually no, because I take that seriously because of the things I've experienced. I actually don't play around.
Yeah.
So like if you work after 6:30, dinner's expense too. And it's like an $80 limit for you, so you could really just eat whatever you want after.
Bro,
6:30.
I want all the scrimps.
And this is why I always say, look, I always says, because I work in tech and I experience the luxuries, I'm bringing all my friends with me.
Yeah.
And I'm writing letters of recommendations for everybody, and I'm gonna put the Google letterhead, the Google letterhead on it.
Yes.
I'm not charging. Just tell me what position you want. If it's a software, your engineer, your tech, I'll write you a letter of recommendation.
Yeah, all the money's in tech, bro.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I've been hearing, man.
It's
All
even,
the
and
money.
you don't have to be an engineer. Like a lot, like, and
Megan
I saw
Robinson.
this. I saw this on Twitter. It was like people who go to these like prestigious schools. When you find out what they majored in, you'll laugh because like one thing my boss from my previous job, they were complaining that I was like antisocial. So and I said this on the pod. They thought I was antisocial, and they used that as like it came across like I didn't know what I was doing. So at this job I do the opposite. I like put myself in everything. So like remember I texted you about the marketing stuff? I literally put myself with the marketing teams. So I collaborate with them for things that I do. And I was looking at
I gotta hit up old girl.
Yeah, I was looking at one of like the marketing people, their name, because like obviously we're on Skype. Obviously like I have meetings with people who are in Australia. I have meetings with people who are in Finland. I have meetings with people in San Francisco. Like everybody's, so it's like, sometimes it could be like 9 o'clock at night. You're in a Zoom meeting just because like that's it's just time to right. So she's like running the marketing for like the flight operations for Google, and I'm like, let me just look up her LinkedIn because like I just don't know anybody. So I look it up, and she's like head of marketing at like a Google, and she went to Stanford and she majored in history. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yet you have people like Mike who literally majored
Trying to
in
tell you,
marketing, and yet
it's who you know.
yeah, but it's just like, but I will say like I would say probably 90% of my coworkers either went to Harvard or Yale, and like they're obviously the engineers have an engineering title, but like the people who are like operations and they have like all these non-engineering titles, they would be like, oh, liberal arts,
So
English.
So really, like for anybody who's like, I guess like listening to this, the biggest thing is like whatever your story is, like you might be on a trajectory. It might take something to like flip the script, but all it is it comes down to is making connections and then making and leveraging those. Like I always say, leverage your connections, like your social connections and whoever you know. So like if you want to be on a certain trajectory, you might have to make an investment. So like for myself, that was going back to school. But once I got back to school, that just gave me like the clout. And then it was literally about who you know. And then once you get there, especially like we're all black too, and like you're in tech, I'm telling you, I won't take another job unless it's in tech. tech. Like I won't leave my job unless it's in tech because that's where the money is, or pharma. Like
So like I was obviously like going off what Kev said, a big part of like career investment at like tech companies is just like who you know. So like I always go to like dinners, bars, anything, like even if I'm tired, long day work, I go just because like I know that that's the potential like $30,000 to $40,000 raise just by you shaking somebody's hand. Exactly. Like you had a common ground. Like in the grand scheme of things, if my man's wasn't getting married, I was going to golf. Yeah. I am not good, nor am I a golfer, but I'm going because that's a very in that life that's a very important thing. Like so like yeah, so like even like with the shucking and jiving the other day, like I have to do that. Yeah. Like I can't say my real belief on Colin Kaepernick. I'm not going to. Hey, I'm not going to. I'm not. Look, like you call me what you want. I'm not going to.
I'll tell you what. We
wait.
You know what?
So, hold on.
We don't have to dive into that.
That's self-preservation.
You have to. You have to though.
And that could get into a deeper conversation.
You got to get your roots low enough before you start letting people in some places know who you actually are. Because you can't fumble the bag.
Yeah, that's real shit. And I'm gonna say that from somebody who's not a little bit lower on the totem pole than y'all. I work an hourly wage job where, you know what I'm saying, I work for the state and whatever. And it's like, you work with a bunch of people and you instantly get a feel for where people stand on certain issues for like, at like, especially where you work. Like, just because like, for example, where I work at, I'm not going to say specifically where I work, but I work in a community, where I work is in a community where it's conservative white people. And, you know, it's like one of those little small towns where everybody's connected and everybody kind of knows everybody. And it's like all white, well, mostly white and, you know, whatever. So you can hear people talk, you know, oh, I hate the mask, you know, shit like that. That's when I know what time it is, too. I really hate these goddamn masks. And you're not going to make me get this vaccine. And da-da-da-da-da. People's talking all that hot shit, how they're going to not get the vaccine, but then not see you with the vaccine. It's always funny to me. But, and shit like that, like, oh, they want to cut my taxes for this and that. And so, or, you know, you just see where there is. And so it's like, okay, when you see things like that, it's you kind of have to make a decision within yourself. Like, all right, am I going to really like challenge them on what they're saying? Or I'm just, you just sit back and let them do whatever. And then it almost like you become what you said, Corey, like at your old job where you kind of just become withdrawn, where you don't speak unless you're spoken to, unless you're asked to do something, because they say the same thing about me at my job. I'm like, oh, Mike never talks. I'm like, it's nothing to talk about. Like, it's.
Remember the chick, she said I was a weirdo because I never asked her how her day was. If it wasn't work related, I left. But like back to my main point before I got sidetracked. Like no.
The camera the lights didn't pick that up. I don't think.
So no, but like. Damn it, Michael. Damn it. Damn it, Michael. But anyway, so like what they were saying, we were having a conversation, and obviously like there's people who have like worked in tech and work out of tech. They were saying that like it's hard for people who come from tech and to leave tech and like exist in that job because there's just so much free shit that you don't get. Like and it'll be little things like food, like one of the person's job is to like make sure that at work you have your favorite snacks there, because what Google doesn't want, they don't want you to work from home. They want you to want to come to work. So like that's why people thought I was joking. I asked like one of my coworkers because all the managers that I look for as mentors, I was taught you have to go all out for your coworkers because when you need them, you're gonna need them. So I literally asked him, I was like, well, what do you want? Is it food? Is it like, what do you want? He's like, I want a PS5. So I went to my boss and I said, I want an Xbox and a PS5 on site and a couch, and it got approved because this is just a tech world. They want you to be comfortable. Yeah. Like because I work at a flight facility, you can't have dogs, but you can. If you work at another facility, you can bring your dog to work. It's called a noodler. It's a doogler. Yeah, it's a doogler. Like it was like because like the first week I was there, I didn't leave the facility before midnight because there's just so many modules on how to be a Google employee. Yeah. Like obviously like it's like you have your Silicon Valley. And people who work in tech, 9 times out of 10, they have tech friends. So like it was a situation like, all right, you work for Google, Mike, you work for Twitter, Julian, you work for Facebook. Like, what can we talk about and what can't we talk about? Because some things are confidential. Like a lot of my emails, they're all in red because it's just confidential information that like the public can't know.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like I've just learned a lot, and I also feel like it's just like a lot of these companies. Like I come from UPS, where like they don't even give you your full check because like they'll shortchange you just because they can. And then now I get like, if I want like this fucking special type of milk, they'll go get it. It's
too opposite.
It's like weird.
Cambodian breast milk.
And it's like it's also
It's like going from a nigga that beats you to like a nigga that cheats you the world. That's what it's like.
I guess.
I don't know. It's like going from Future to Russell Wilson.
No, that's exactly.
But Future also beats you.
Yeah, you take out the lean head.
How many people gonna be there?
Yeah, but it's just like, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know that like at my previous job, I always complained about like the quality of engineers because like engineering is very hard, but I always felt like I was smarter than those engineers, and I always had to tell them how to do their job. Then I come to Google and like, no, like I'm not the smartest person in the room, not by a long shot. Like I was talking to Army privately for like maybe my second week, and I was like, bro, like I'm like kind of intimidated. And he's like, just don't be like. And then it's like
you're there for a reason,
like I just Google. I had a meeting with like one of the software engineers because I was having trouble doing something with like the flight line, and we had like a Skype meeting. He's in his house. It looks like a nice house, but you can't really like tell because obviously Skype. So I was like, you're doing it again. Let me look on LinkedIn. Let me just see. Yo, in his LinkedIn, this dude has 8 software patents that he sold already. These are the kind of people that are like my coworkers. So it's like,
damn,
like
crazy.
my like the chief pilot that like I report to, he's a physicist, and there's like this thing just like called Meet. It's called Meet Google, like meet the people of Google, and like you just put like cool facts about yourself. Like I said, like I do this, do that, and then like he says like he's a physicist, he was a Navy pilot, and Amazon bought a cup from him that he manufactures. So like you could buy his cup off Amazon. Yeah.
Corey, what are your cool facts?
I just put the podcast, but I ain't telling about it.
I have a podcast and I ran track in college.
So like, look, yeah, that's literally it. So like,
I can run into
like some of my coworkers, they have like really cool facts. Like my one friend, my coworker, he got a free scholarship to UCLA because he scored so high on SAT. He works for Google. He's actually he's smart as hell. And my other coworker, her cool fact was actually crazy. She was saying that out of college, she got hired by a company and they moved her to Antarctica. And then like when she wasn't at work, she would literally go hiking. And she's like, I'm one of the only people that I know that have slept in extreme cold temperatures on a glacier.
Yo,
the fuck?
That
it's like Google hires super people, bro.
What the fuck?
So and it's just like it's
hiring
like,
the Avengers.
This is it. And that's why like I work really hard because like at the state I would show up physically, but I would never be there mentally because like I work 7 days a week, so it's not like realistic. But then like at Google, like
it allows you to be there, like you're in the moment.
But you have people that are really smart, and if you don't know what you're talking about, they'll tell you don't know what you're talking about. So I always have to be prepared. So like some nights, like obviously I get off work at 4:30. I'm gonna open my laptop up at 9, and it might be 9 or 11, just so I'm prepared for this meeting, so I know what I'm talking about. Because all these people, they know what they're talking about, and like Google has like one of their philosophies that I've learned is it's not how much, get it done, we'll pay you whatever, but we need results. So like they don't care about how much they pay you. And I come from the government where it's the complete opposite, where we don't care how long it takes. We just want to do it the cheapest way possible.
Yeah.
And then it's like
that's New Jersey. Like
we're opening up more facility, and like it is crazy just the way like tech companies think. They're just so like ahead of the curve with companies. Like so like Google hires a lot of third-party vendors to like do things. And there's like obviously this is confidential information, so I can't say it, but like we need help doing like certain things, so we're gonna go to a third party, but it's a really shitty job and it's in shitty conditions. So I said, this is gonna be a high turnover position. What are we gonna do to solidify the position? And like the director, who has like a crazy resume, and I'll get to him, he was like, we're going to pay them whatever they want, and we're going to put them in projects that we know they can't do intentionally because we want to make them feel important. He said, we're literally going to put them in projects that we know they can't do.
Yeah.
But we're going to intentionally do that because studies have shown
People respond
well when you include them in things because it makes them feel important. And we want, even though they're not Google employees, we want these people to want to come to work. Even if they'll be smiling in the shit.
like, I'm here for Google, baby.
So let's just say,
I'm sucking these dicks for Google, nigga. Fuck is you saying?
So let's just say like anybody else would pay this 60.
Yeah.
We're gonna give them 85 just because I know you don't want to do it. And then and this is coming from the director of flight operations, right? And this is talking about the rubbing shoulders. We went out to a bar, like a taco place, and like, mind you, I don't know much about him. Like his LinkedIn is kind of like, but I was just like wondering like how could he get this job? And then we're talking, and he worked at Virginia Tech. He wasn't a professor, but like he just worked with them. So one of the big things he did was the Navy SEALs went to Virginia Tech because when they were noticing was when the Special Forces guys were getting out of the helicopters in the extreme cold conditions in the mountains of Afghanistan, they were having trouble walking. My boss is the reason why Navy SEALs can get out of a helicopter and start walking because of the technology that he put in the Black Hawk.
Bro,
that's what I'm saying. I literally went from being the smartest person in the room at the state to being the stupidest. And then like if you look at like the dude that I was chucking it up with the other day, so like after you pass like your flight exams, you have to do 15 hours of observed flight time. And I'm just like talking to this guy. He's not really saying much. Really nice guy. And then I made the fucking mistake of asking him, who's your favorite football team? And then he goes, well, I don't watch football anymore. So you know, right? So then I'm like, well, so then like I kind of had to like, yeah, man. so then like he starts. So then I'm like, well, like, what's your flight background? And he's like, now mind you, I've been spending 15 hours with this guy.
Yeah,
nice guy. Seems like he has it all together. And he's like, back in the 90s, I was a B-52 bomber. So this dude's probably this, and I'm putting two to two together, bro. This dude's a mass murderer. Like,
literally,
this dude,
literally,
this dude has killed like thousands of people. And hold on, I'm not done. And this is a conversation that we had the other day. So he's done that. I'm like, okay. So then he's like, the Air Force had too many pilots, so he started moving into drones. And I'm like, what are you doing with that?
Even though, well, my boy Obama helped me.
And then I'm like, it can't get any worse than like being a B-52 bomber. And then he's like, he goes, what his job was as like a drone pilot. He's like, the Navy SEALs again. He's like, the Navy SEALs will come to him and be like, all right, we gotta find this dude, and you gotta go find him. So his last known whereabouts are here. So he was like, yo, we would literally be flying the drone for months at a time watching this dude. And he's like, we were watching so much, I knew his daily schedule. I knew how many times he prayed. I knew what time he prayed. And then he was saying that like there's this thing on bases called, and I explained this to Lamont, you guys, this thing called kill cams. Well, there's a new thing called predator porn. And what they do is they take the camera from the drone and they will literally watch the Navy SEALs go get the guy.
Yeah.
And he literally was explaining to me like his job was they had the communication between the Navy SEALs. The Navy SEALs are on the ground, and obviously they're using like he can tell the difference because of the heat.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it. He's like, all right, the bogey's like, and he got the nickname the Body Snatcher. And he was like, I watched him corner this dude. He was a terrorist, obviously, but he was like, yeah. He's like, we do it, film it, put it on base. What we're doing here with the football game, they would do that, but people are just dying. Yeah.
Jesus.
They call that job the Body Snatcher because like you just help them snatch the bodies.
That's fucking lit.
And you just play golf. You had a beer with the nigga.
No, he was training.
We had barbecue together. Yeah, we did.
That's fucking crazy.
It's commercial barbecue.
We
But-
ate Famous Dave's together.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
But-
we actually.
That's not even the craziest story. This actually has nothing to do with like death or anything. My regional manager's from New Jersey, right?
Mhm.
And like obviously you guys know about like my experience, like in Riddle and the type of people that were there. What his job was in New Jersey, he worked out of Teterboro. He went to Embry-Riddle too, but he wasn't a drone major. He was aviation management major. So when he worked for a charter company, and they charter flights for millionaires and billionaires, right?
Mm.
So like what he explained to me is there are 10 social classes. You are only aware of the 3 closest to you in each direction. So you know that you're only aware of 3 below you, but it might be 2 more that you really don't know exist because it might be in a third world country, and you know the 3 above you, and you might look at Pat Mahomes. He probably might be that 3rd, but you don't know that there's like 2 or 3 more above Pat Mahomes, where like Pat Mahomes can't even survive because he doesn't have enough money. So he's explaining to me that he chartered, and he literally told me, he's like, I can't tell you the name of the family, but they're well known, and he has crossed paths with like Epstein. So this is the kind of circle of people that he's in, right?
Nasty.
Yeah. So he's saying that, so he's saying like, he just kept saying, he's like, when you're a billionaire, you don't value money because it's not real to you, but you value time. So money is not your currency. When you become a billionaire, time becomes your currency, right? So he was saying that like, he's the liaison between the family, the limo driver, and the pilot. And again, they value time. Time is a currency. So he says he made the mistake of telling the limo driver to turn into the wrong terminal at the right airport, but the wrong terminal. And they were 5 minutes late, and they wanted him fired because they were 5 minutes late, and that pushed whatever they had to do 5 minutes. And he was like, and he said, he's like, I literally thought I was going to get fired because if they lose that account and they go to another charter family, you just lost the company millions. So he was saying that like the company, these type of people, they don't vacation for like a week or two. He's like I know a family that went on vacation for a year. PTO doesn't exist in the world, right? So he's saying he's like they chartered a flight from here to Europe. They're going on vacation. The flight is for that airplane that they flew is like $14,000 an hour. So it was like a $70,000 flight, right? And he was like, but they chartered another flight just to bring their luggage, right? It gets worse. He goes, so there was like a joke. He was like, there's a joke. And he was like, his boss goes like, all right, you had the mistake with the 5-minute thing. He's like, they just called. Jeffrey is going to be catching the 3rd flight. Don't mess this up, right? So he says Jeffrey thinks Jeffrey might be the butler or something.
The dog?
Jeffrey's the family bird.
Bird. I knew it was something. I knew it was something like that.
Yo,
I knew it.
wow.
I knew
Chartered
it was
a
something.
flight which
For fucking.
he showed me the picture. It's real. It's literally just a bird on like a fucking corporate jet.
I knew it was
the
something.
bird's not even sitting in a seat. He's just sitting on the table.
In a cage.
It was like one of those birds that talk to you.
Okay.
Like the
A parrot?
Yeah, like yes,
Macaw.
like that.
A big
Fucking
ass macaw.
parakeet?
Yeah, but
Fine.
they wanted and they wanted him on the
Real.
family vacation. That was $70,000.
Just to bring the bird.
Well, if you look at it, it's 140 because
Yeah,
one-
themselves.
No, one flight was for the luggage, one flight was for the bird. I didn't even do the flight themselves
Because money's not real to them.
because money is not. He said
There's just so much of it.
He said working that job alone, he became the most liberal person ever. He was like, you have to tax the rich because he was like, what they do is just like unreal. He was just like, yeah, he was just like, he was like, if you look at like an NFL player like Pat Mahomes who has like 25% of the salary cap, right? He's like, bro, there's like 3 or 4 classes above him that
tax the
that
rich
you don't even
bracket.
understand because people who are billionaires, they don't pay taxes. You guys said it yourself about
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
We should have got more into that.
It's all about, it's a system, and if you can get the loopholes, you get the loopholes.
Yeah,
you know
because
what I mean?
if there's like a
Yeah.
book, or if you look at the book of laws on taxes, there's only 4 pages that talks about like paying it, and then the rest
Yeah.
of it is how you don't.
So I give you a finance professor that I had at Nova. He kind of opened my, because I wasn't like really big into like tax, shit and stuff like that. And at the beginning of the class, he was like, I'll do like pretty much an audit for everyone. Send me your finances. I'll tell you everything. So I was like, all right, I'll take him up on it. He works on Wall Street, right? Like he's like the amount of money I pay in taxes a year, he's like, it's criminal. He was like, but it's legal, and he's like, and I'll give you the book, and then hopefully you become a client, right? So this is like 4 years ago. So I sent him all my finances, which were vastly different than they were now, right? Yeah, so it was like fucking horrible, right? Like I
sent him your DoorDash account.
Exactly. Yeah. I just moved out the house. Like it was just bad. So anyway,
here's my GameStop rewards card.
Exactly, right? So he was like, well, so anyway, he pretty much what the main thing he said was that he was like, now obviously, it depends on how you look at taxes. Like you can look at taxes from one of two ways. Like a liberal looks at taxes as they're giving back to the community because that's going to in turn come back to them and they're going to affect their community and blah, blah, blah. Republican looks at it as you're taking money out of my pocket. And so like people get hyped because you do tax returns and stuff like that and they get money back and you're like super excited, right? It's really not a good thing is what he was saying. He was saying that really you should try to pay more in taxes throughout the year so that when tax returns come, you get nothing back, but you don't owe anything either. It's a zero, meaning that they got the least amount of money they could from you as possible. That like they try so because if you get money back, that means that they got all they needed from you and more. And they said, we got some left over. We might as well throw Kev a couple bucks back because we fucking milked him for all he was worth. So if you like look into it, you literally should be trying to like figure out how much you need to pay at your job and then pay that. And hopefully like based on if you have an accountant like a CPA, you can pretty much be getting nothing back, but you'll know that you're richer because you paid the smallest amount throughout the year. That shit.
There's just so much shit that I don't know.
Yo,
there's just so much shit that I don't know, bro. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
I don't even know what to say.
I still get money back. It's very tough to master, right? Like I still get
money
back on my tax returns. I don't have a CPA account that works. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm trying to figure it out because I know that nigga across the street, bro, he's not worried about that. You feel me? Like he like, tax return season. I guess I'll go buy a pair of Jordans. Like he's laughing, like, cause not worried about that shit. Like not paying taxes.
Yeah, people who act and I heard this from a professional athlete. People who make a lot of money don't view taxes the same way as like we would. Like when you make serious money, like we pay more in taxes than Donald Trump does. Like we caught him doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just like
it's crazy. You could just reach that bracket to the point where it's like, all right, you make so much money that we don't need it. We can't take none from you. Like it's just a wild concept, bro.
You know how like these people doing that, and there's people out there like putting like their family flights for their birds and shit, and niggas is like out here like they can't even make it to the next month. Like they don't know
capitalism does not work.
They're not trying to see what you trying to do.
Don't look at me, nigga.
How many bailouts do you want?
I never said it worked. I said it works better than other fucking options. That's all I said.
Anyway. Anyhow.
QAnon.
Anyway, QAnon.
That nigga said liver almost had a seizure.
Blow up your pants.
About my face.
I don't like this agenda anymore.
This is mad late for this question. But how's everybody's week going?
Good. I got to come home, so it was good.
When did you come home?
I came home. I surprised my family Friday after work, so I got back to New Jersey like midnight.
How they
They were good. I mean, I haven't seen them in 2 months. Like same time I saw them, I saw y'all. So.
Oh, they literally didn't know you were coming back?
Nah, I didn't tell anybody.
You just walked in the crib?
Yeah, because another thing with tech, Google has like these periodic holidays, and they just give you off because they just obviously like they work you, so they just give you off. They call it like a G day, and it's just a rest day.
G day.
No, that's really what
I thought there was a hood niggas called birthdays.
Yeah.
2 of those in the summer, so I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
But yeah, so like obviously I didn't. The only thing like COVID messed up, I couldn't actually go to headquarters and like see the YouTube and Twitter because like Google owns YouTube, so like they give you a tour of all that. It's like if you live in San Francisco, they have a gym that is free for like the employees. They have a bus that takes you, so you don't have to have a car.
It's amazing.
The benefits of like tech is like crazy. It's like,
Bro,
like
I just want to
like I get.
I'll sweep the floors at Tech, bro. Just give me in the
Give me
door,
that. Give me in the
bro.
door.
No, I literally said if you could just get a little bit more experience, I'll write you a letter of recommendation.
My like, I work in the sports multimedia rights like sector, and tech like that. Like I said, it's the only thing I will leave for because like I'll be making more than a third more of what I'm making just off the strength that is tech. Like,
yeah, so like.
What exactly is sports multimedia rights?
So, for like, if you got multimedia rights, so that's like what our company does is, let's say you're USC, right? They're one of our partners. So, our teams, like we have a team that works at USC. We purchase the multimedia rights for your athletic events. So your radio and TV, and then all the other rights to anything that we broadcast, and then we sell those rights. So then like you got like, let's say BMW wants to like target people in Southern California and they want to run ads, they'll purchase the ad time from us. So like people who work from our company, it's all like ad sales and account executives and shit because they work. So like if you look up like Play Fly Sports, you'll see all the schools we work with: USC, the entire Big East, LSU, Virginia, ton of huge schools like Wichita, a lot of schools. But yeah, it that's what it all comes down to. Fox College Sports is under our wing too, so
which is actually a really good school. Like that's a really good school,
man.
Yeah, but that's what it is. You buy them. So like if you are sometimes you'll like if you're in Philly, for example, like if you're listening to college football on the radio. Like Learfield IMG, which is our direct competitor, they have a lot of the games. So they were like running it this weekend. And I know like people, our emails were going, Scotch, they're like, do you hear what fucking Learfield's doing this weekend? Like what they're doing on the radio and blah, blah. They're our competitors. But yeah, it's all just like ad sales and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's more shit I ain't know about.
What do you do, LG?
I fucking play music.
I don't do that. I'm in HR.
You know what I'm saying? I DJ. I get niggas lit. I make people spend all that money. Spend all that fucking money. Yo, when I was DJing in Chinatown last night, these motherfuckers, bro. First of all, the club might be about the size of this.
Have you ever been there before?
That's my first time upstairs. So
you need to see this place, Corey.
I was there. So I was downstairs. I was when y'all came, I was downstairs.
Yeah.
This time I was upstairs in a smaller portion. No lie, I saw about 7 bottles of Class A Azul come out.
What the damn?
Now, I'm talking the big Jones. Motherfuckers in the club.
That shit that look like a
Bro.
That shit like a
I'm
decorative
like,
vase.
this is crazy, bro. Like Don Julio 1942. The shit we had in the big bitch. Big Bertha, yes. People buying that in a small ass club.
Yeah, no, it's probably like 65 people
Spending racks. But yeah, that's what I do. I mean, it was a nice mix. It was a nice mix, but like I said, it's in Chinatown, so everybody there is Asian.
Bro, I have a funny story.
It wasn't in Chinatown.
Where's this gonna go?
Listen,
I'm
bro,
here for it.
but I'm about to say, but the thing with them, they only want to hear hip hop. So they only want to hear rap. They only want to hear trap shit. One Asian dude came up to me with a ski mask on and a fanny pack with hella money in his hand. He said, "Yo, play some trap shit." I said, "Yes, sir."
I said,
Bro, I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
home.
Donation
I'm not
for it,
home.
nigga.
We are not the home
Donation.
team.
Yeah, you should have said donation, nigga.
Even the niggas in the club, we are outnumbered, my nigga. Like these are, I'm talking some straight up Chinese dudes with big ass chains on.
And they
I'm
don't
like,
pat niggas down at Johnny
and they
Walker.
don't pat nobody. They don't pat no. You are not safe
in Chinatown.
in Chinatown, Philadelphia, down the street. We're in Kensington. We might not be safe where we're at. Now, where these niggas is at, if you step out of line, there's way more of them than you.
Yeah, the
Okay?
police don't go to China.
And there is not a cop There is not a cop.
That's crazy. Now that you think about it,
There's no security.
I don't remember seeing any cops in Chinatown.
No, that's a very
Chinatown is where that karaoke spot we be going to, right?
Tango, yes, that's where they be at.
They in Chinatown is run by
The
Asian
cops don't be
gangs and
outside.
the police themselves.
The cops don't be out. I ain't seen a single cop.
You
since I've
say
been.
that, but I've never seen a cop out there.
They don't be there,
go
bro.
in there, bro.
The security, bro.
That's
There's
crazy.
no security.
I'm about to go to Chinatown.
They
is
are
it
the
in
security.
Chinatown?
They are the security, bro. This shit is
That's
crazy.
That's a tight knit community.
It's like it's culture shock though, because
Shout out to MSG, yo.
I don't know what gang this is out there, bro.
It's the Triads.
That shit is nuts, bro. It's real. I swear to God, it's real. If you've ever thought it's not real, I promise you.
Nah, them,
Go out there. Go out there. Bro, a small Asian woman last night asked me to
that's
play.
Japanese.
Listen, a small Asian woman last night asked me to play a 42 Doug song that I've never fucking heard. I said, what the fuck is this? She said, play that shit. I got you. I said, all right. I played the next song. Didn't even mix. Just here you go.
You stopped it. And now we'll be playing. June Hee's request of ESTG.
Nigga, I played Chun Li. I was like, I hope this goes well.
Did you play Chinatown by Migos?
Nah, I did. I should have.
Chinatown.
Nah, them niggas was listen, strapped in there, bro. Sayonara. I gotta play Tokyo Drift next time I'm in that bitch. I'm gonna really fuck that shit up. I'm telling you. Pull up to Chinatown. Go to Tango. Go to Johnny Walker. First of all, Johnny Walker is wild because there's no signs, there's no advertisement for it. You just have to. It's literally a restaurant, and you just walk all the way to the back, and it's a club. Like, and then you go upstairs, and it's more club. It's crazy.
Yeah, when we were going there, we passed it, and they were like, "Is that it?" Because it looked like there was like a dumpling place right in the front.
It's a storefront.
Yeah, it's
literally.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
just keep on walking, and
Bro,
you'll see.
Bro, when I parked, I parked in the hotel parking lot. He didn't even know what I was talking about.
I asked 3 people, how the fuck did I get to there? They
He was like, "What the fuck is Johnny Walker?" And then you go in there, and it's fucking motherfuckers in there buying bottles. It's crazy. And there's hookah.
that
It's
video,
everything.
the video you sent us,
Oh, the little Asian woman twerking.
fucking, yo, she was,
Bro, to New Orleans
that
bounce.
little girl was throwing ass.
Bro, this place is crazy.
She was shaking that
It
dumpling.
is an anomaly. Shaking that dumpling. It is an anomaly. I have never seen anything like it. It's so interesting.
Yeah, man.
I got this
She
gig.
shaking that shit. I call that shit stir fry.
I'm gonna play that one next. So I got this gig from my boy Santino. Shout out to my boy. I don't even know how he got the shit, but he hooked me up with the manager. I went there one time, the boy was fucking with me. He was like, it was nice. So last night when I did it again, there was one dude that was fucking tip. Bro, these people are tipping me. This shit is nuts.
Tipping you.
They were throwing money at me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. At Tango, yes, they throw ones, bro. Ones.
Kev's never seen the way the Chinese do it.
It's different. It really is different, bro. No, you got to pull up one time. Next time I'm there. Next time I go there, bro, y'all got to pull up with me.
What is wrong with you, Q?
You said what?
They're adjacent to your people. Why are you doing this?
He said they was throwing yen.
He said duck sauce and ones.
Fucking
soy sauce.
Stop Asian hate, make Asian love, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
So they was throwing ones at you?
Nah, they were just throwing 20s, 10s, 5s, like just for playing the song.
Y'all about to be LG's bodyguard for real, bro.
Yes, yo, have to pull up with me.
God damn.
Tempo was there. Tempo was there. He can tell you. He can tell you.
LG 80%.
I'm telling you.
So we were out at a specific location before a specific event, and I saw one of my boys from college pull some shit like that in the club, grabbing and rethrowing it.
That's nasty.
That's nasty work,
Nasty.
bro.
I
Come
also
on.
understand.
I get it though.
I get
it, though.
understand.
I would not.
If you're gonna grab it, put it in your pocket.
Jesus, he went full scumbag.
Yeah, no.
Nah, because I
What's
know
wor-
because
what's
I
worse?
think that it's stealing.
It is stealing. You're stealing from the nigga who threw it. And the
You went from recycling to stealing.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
I'm a thief, I guess.
I didn't see him with no stacks.
Thief in the
I
night.
saw him throwing money.
So I'm like, how are you doing this?
Like collecting.
And then just throwing it back.
All right,
I
you.
watched him. I saw him do it.
That nigga, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Like, how is he getting away with this?
He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep away with it.
Man.
No, yeah.
Well, we actually
Strip clubs is crazy.
were we actually talking about any topics, or is this gonna be like a hidden gem episode?
This might be a hidden gem,
Because-
so this might come out whenever we don't want to come out.
Well, we're still recording this upcoming week anyway. So,
yeah.
but I say
This is probably gonna
we might have to let a couple things unfold before we actually get all the way into it, because obviously something else is gonna happen with Ben Simmons by tomorrow. So,
fuck that nigga.
you know, if we get into it, I have to DJ tonight still. So
Yeah,
if we get into it, I'll be here all fucking night.
yeah, we be here all
Because-
night. I don't gotta get into it with this nigga.
I don't want to say fuck that nigga. I'm trying to. I am trying.
Hey man,
I am trying
Hey,
to
man.
understand.
I'll
I
do
get it.
I ain't trying to hear shit about that, bro.
He could, but
Hey.
also somebody made a great point. They're like, yo, imagine you're in a fucking playoff game underneath the rim with a point guard on you and you don't dunk it and you're in the NBA. Like, something mentally is blocking you from doing that. You don't just decide like, oh, I'm not. I wanted an assist. Like, that's not normal behavior.
He's afraid of failing.
That's mental though.
Yeah,
That's
but I
a
don't give a
blockage.
fuck about that though.
But that's a blockage.
I don't
That's
give a-
not normal.
You have 5 years to get rid of that shit.
That's not normal.
And then when hold on, and then when niggas call you out on it, you deflect on everybody else.
How
like,
normal is that, Mike?
It's not normal. That's high narcissism.
No, he's not taking accountability.
Yeah,
No one
that
wants to
too.
be called
Which
out
is
on their
part
flaws.
That's extreme narcissism.
The same thing that's making him do that is the same reason why he's not becoming great, because he's not willing to fail.
Victims,
He's not willing to work.
Yeah.
victims don't show their ass the way he showed his
He's
ass.
not willing to sacrifice who he is to become what he can be.
But and then also what's included in that is like I don't really know how much he like actually loves basketball.
That nigga
I think
doesn't.
he just kind
That
of like
nigga doesn't
yeah,
love the
it's
game.
just a lifestyle. He's just kind of doing it because he can. He's 6'10" and
Yeah.
athletic.
because
can-
he looks goofy
He
doing
can jump-
anything else.
He can jump out the rim.
Imagine that nigga at Staples.
Yeah, like he just can't really do it. So, but I think
Yeah.
what's going on now is he's probably imagining like life without basketball at this point. Because
Am I really that good at Call of Duty? I'm not
exactly.
that good yet.
He has to self-reflect and be like, if I'm not doing this, what else am I actually gonna be doing to make money?
Bro, we'll send your ass to Siberia.
For real, I'll send that nigga back down under.
And it's crazy because we gave him the deal last year.
Last year.
Oh, it's
That's and if anything, that goes to show even more so what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's not how contracts work, my guy. You signed a
I
contract.
hate that Mike was right, bro.
That nigga's retarded.
Go to work. You
That's-
signed a
that's
contract.
it.
Go to work.
If he came out this like and was airballing, but was shooting and pulling up and running the offense, bro.
He would.
This is
I would be
This
ecstatic.
is the thing that makes me upset. And I agree with people like Q who say it's fault on both sides, and I agree with that. But this is what I don't like: the people in the national media that's acting like Ben is a victim.
Oh, burn the village.
Let me tell you, that nigga.
Oh, Emmanuel Acho.
Emmanuel
what the fuck are you doing?
Emmanuel Acho.
the work.
Hey,
Yo,
hey, nigga. Emmanuel Acho. Fuck Ben Simmons. You need to suck 9 dicks, nigga,
Hey,
because
hey,
you are fucking crazy, bro.
hey,
you are
hey,
fucking crazy.
hey,
We're what?
hey,
Fuck that nigga,
let
bro.
me- you about the dumbest
what?
Nigerian nigga I ever met in my
Nigga,
life.
you should have been a doctor like your parents wanted you to
Yeah.
be, because this shit is not for you.
You should have been a doctor.
What the fuck is you talking
You
about?
stupid bitch.
Oh my god, I forgot all
That
about
nigga's
this
so
Bro,
dumb.
fuck.
That nigga said
fuck every.
he tried to do some. That nigga tried to get out some Dickensian
Bro,
quotes.
fuck everything he be
Nigga,
talking about.
You're not talking. You're talking shit.
That nigga hasn't been right since he left Texas, then came to Philly, and then left again. Fuck that nigga. He was never good.
Said, you know what he said, right? Yeah.
Oh.
The child that is not embraced by the community will burn it down to
Let me say that again with my
Shut the
big teeth and
fuck up.
mohawk.
Shakespeare and Goku. Shut up, nigga.
Nigga, you in your 30s with a mohawk. We don't respect you.
You stupid ass nigga. And then Marcus Spears equally dumbass. He just dumb in an American.
Meetings, writing this shit down. He's like, and then I'm gonna retort. A child that doesn't feel welcomed by the village will burn it down. Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one.
He was like, "Oh, speak." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up,
fucking
dumbass and
fucking
dumbass
fuck.
set." Like both them niggas are a lot of niggas that be like paid to talk on TV about shit. I don't know. I thought Kendrick Perk was a dumbass.
Oh, they make
at least that nigga knows he's dumb. And
Acho makes
this nigga Emmanuel
like
Acho thinks he's fucking smart.
First of all, where's Perk been? Is he on vacation?
Who?
Perk.
No, he been around.
I have not seen a single. I
Nah,
haven't
he's
seen
been
or
around.
heard a
He's
single
talking
thing.
on that shit like every other day.
Really? He must be doing good.
I have it on good authority that Ben does not want to play for the Sixers organization anymore. Nigga, fuck. Nigga, don't you have a stroke, nigga? God damn.
Joel Embiid
don't know. He need to go in there and all these niggas. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna run down all these niggas that are dumb. Emmanuel Acho, Marcus Spears, Aries Spears. I don't give a fuck about that nigga name. Aries Spears, the nigga with the impressions. Jay Williams, you dumbass nigga.
He's a dumb bitch.
He's
dumb and he's a bitch.
He's a stupid fuck. That's why you fucking wasted your career now on motorcycles.
That nigga's a
bitch ass nigga.
That nigga's a cuck.
Fucking cuck cock. Him, the motherfucking Gilbert Arenas dumbass.
No.
That nigga's stupid.
No,
why don't they run plays through Ben?
Gilbert
Because
Arenas.
they don't want to shoot. Stupid ass nigga.
Gilbert Arenas is not dumb.
That nigga's you're right. He's You're right. He's not dumb. He's fucking remedial.
He's not dumb.
He's a fucking moron.
That's where he lost me.
Gilbert
Arenas. All the rest of them.
Gilbert Arenas is not smart.
That nigga is dumb.
He's not smart.
Basketball, yeah, he is.
When he talks about that nigga, you need to run plays for Ben. How you gonna run plays for a nigga that don't shoot, fuckface? Shut up. Shut up. Just get off the payroll, get the clutch dick out your mouth, and look at the situation with some objectivity. Run plays. How do you run plays?
Did you just tell someone not a Philly fan to look at this objectively?
Yes.
Nigga.
You right. Tell me. All right. Q. Right now. Run a play for a nigga that don't shoot.
Hold on, we still outside. Hold up.
Q. Run a play for a nigga that don't shoot right now. What's the play? What's the play for a nigga that don't shoot?
Him passing it. Him giving it up.
Galaxy bring me the play for the nigga that don't shoot.
He passes it to the nigga that shoots.
Right, because it's impossible. But Gilbert Arenas, with all his fucking fadeaway glory and no winning ass wizard ass nigga, can shut the fuck up. Fuck up. Only dumbass niggas that play with Michael Jordan still talk about LeBron. Fuck him. Fuck him. What? Take that gun. He should have took that gun he was going to shoot that other nigga with and shot himself. Stupid ass nigga. Not to kill yourself, though, but just shot yourself in the foot.
Just plastical burn yourself. Just make it hurt.
Just so you can feel it in your thigh.
Oh, my God.
Dumbass nigga.
How do y'all feel about
Who's another dummy?
Corey saying that he don't care if it takes 4 years to resolve?
I don't. Wait, hold on.
I actually think we're going to be able to trade
Wait. Hey, here we go.
That was just.
Wait. Like we just said, we just signed this man, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, it's going to take some time because, like Daryl Morey said, you can't give somebody away like that and not get anything in return for it. No matter how bad you think it's getting, you have to at least try to come out winning. Because if we give Ben away for something that's way less than what he's worth, whether you like him or not, the nigga is an all-star. The nigga is potentially a superstar. It's hard to say that he is, but his impact on the court is tremendous.
As much as I don't like the nigga, and I hate the nigga so much, it's always a lot of people saying there's always a GM or somebody out there that swear they're like, they're treating Ben Simmons like a fine ass nigga. That's a toxic nigga, and all these GMs is bitches. They gonna think they can change him. They're gonna be the one. Well, he's gonna change for me. We gonna unlock him. Yeah. We got the staff. We got the culture that's gonna unlock this nigga. Yeah. So, and despite the shooting, there's not a lot of 6'10" niggas that can handle the ball and go to the court, go to the lane, whatever they fucking want to.
Ain't a lot of
them niggas around. They don't grow on goddamn cassava trees.
I don't think we trade him.
Even if we do, it has to be something that we can't say no to.
And him saying that, I don't think he really believes it's going to be 4 years. that was definitely like a message to them niggas. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we're not fucking around. You can play this shit if you want to, but you're gonna lose more by this nigga not trading you than we are because he's gonna sit here for 4 years and not make no money.
Yeah.
I love it.
We have. This is
Put that nigga in the
This
mud.
is the position that we just have to be in. Like, it sucks. Of course, you don't want to have to make that decision. Of course, you'd much rather just give this nigga up because he's a distraction. He is realizing it because you're losing money now.
Oh, and another one of them dumbass niggas. The nigga, what's the nigga that Kwame Brown?
Oh, yeah.
If I was there,
You don't watch Sixer games without telling me you don't watch Sixer games.
every fucking time.
Yeah.
Well, you need to just put Joe Ben in the dunker spot. We do that a fucking time, and he don't do shit.
He sits in
Niggas
the,
is so
he passes the
dumb,
ball and
bro.
sits in the short corner.
What the Eagles are doing wrong is they're not running it up. Pretty much, they're not running enough ISOs for good.
Like what? Huh?
I forgot we were outside for that. He had one. He was shooting it when we first got him. Summer league coming into his rookie season.
That's like
he was shooting free throw.
That's like
he was shooting free throw jumpers
that's like
all the time.
You hear about a chick. You hear about a chick, right? And you hear she's the best dick sucker in town.
Oh my
She
God.
just be slopping, molly whopping on niggas. But then you cuff her, and then the first night y'all together, she like, I don't suck dick no more. Do you know how frustrating that is? But you wait for 4 years with this bitch because you just off the. It was my turn. It was my turn. And then the first time she tries to suck your dick, she bites you. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. I want you dead.
God.
I don't want her dead. That was just comedic effect. But I want you out of here. I've been fucking around with you 4 years off the hope that I'm getting the best neck of my life, but all I'm getting is excuses, and I'm sorry, and you gonna hate me. Like,
Not that.
You still hate me? You don't like me? You
don't hate
don't,
when a bitch says,
you don't want to talk? You don't want to talk me anymore?
I hate when bitches preface your bad news with bad news.
This is not making my day
You're
better.
gonna hate me after I done cleaned my room up
You're absolutely right. I'm gonna fucking hate you.
and washed everything from my dick to my balls and back and my ass. But no,
God.
you gonna hate me. Oh my God, bitch,
But-
I hate
Before we
You.
actually dip, shifting the gears, what do you feel about like the current state of the Eagles?
you. Fucking suck. Something to talk about. We suck.
How many games?
You're sick.
We've won 2, right?
Look at him.
We're going 2-15.
Hey man,
No, there's no
No,
gas.
his energy for the Eagles is completely different.
Because
Like,
we've been
he don't get wound up
because
easily.
we can't say anything. We can't say
I
anything.
explain this.
Like, where's the hope at?
This is why my energy for the Eagles is different. My energy for the Eagles is different because honestly, truly, because I seen them win one, I'm gonna be good for the rest of my life. I'm still gonna go through the ups and downs of fandom,
Of course.
because I seen us get that one.
I gotta be honest with you, Mike. That shit ain't preserving me the way I thought it would, man.
It's holding me down.
Still hurt. This shit still hurt.
It's holding me.
I was high as hell for a while. These niggas done sobered me up because I'm crazy again, man. These niggas got me hot.
All right, so all three,
It's-
you can
it's
say you
holding
agree
me.
you want a new quarterback.
It's holding.
No.
I want a new owner. I want a new GM. I want a new head coach. I want a new quarterback.
It starts at the top. Like, I would like to see a new head coach.
Obviously, everybody wants
new
a
owner.
new GM.
I can't at first, yeah, Jalen was pissing me off, but to a certain extent, I can't even be mad at him because they think he's Lamar Jackson. We don't run the ball and we throw the ball all the time, hoping that if he don't throw it, he just runs the shit. So that counts as why is our quarterback our leading rusher?
Yeah, but I
He-
said that's
like
that's
it's annoying.
Unacceptable.
It's annoying. It's unacceptable.
Especially when you have
Especially-
talent.
When we drafted a running back for that job.
Well, if you watch the games too, and I don't want to get super granular, but he's not reading the whole field. They're
not.
giving him half reads. Like he's not even calling out the Mike linebacker. Like they're just treating him like
Our offense is it's so basic. Like I have never called a play in the NFL in my life. I shouldn't be able to look at an NFL offense and be like, this shit is basic. It's so basic. Like we run swing passes and screens. And you can tell the philosophy is, oh, we want them to cheat up and bite so we can go over the top with Devontae Smith. What the fuck, nigga? Like what? What?
But if this year is a year to evaluate him, you got to throw as much as he can possibly handle, so you know what the fuck you have. We're running a high school offense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know any more about Jalen Hurts than I did before this year. To be completely honest.
And what doesn't help is the fact that we don't get that many opportunities on offense either because we keep going fucking 3 and out. The nigga finishes the game with fucking 20 passes. And we only ran the ball 9 times.
Because
we never had the ball.
His stats might be a little misleading.
They are misleading because we fucking suck because Sirianni can't go plays.
That's half the game for them.
Yeah, he was at like 8 points, and then literally in garbage time, he ended with like 22 points in fantasy.
So if you look today, like he was 18 for 34. That's not a good completion rating.
No.
He's averaging 6 points. He's averaging 7 yards though, so he's not really checking down, but kind of. But then he has 2 touchdowns. But then he's like, oh, he got sacked twice. So it's just like if you
garbage.
stat watch, you don't look
He's
that
a
bad.
garbage time stat pattern, unfortunately.
I'll leave it at this. The only hope for Eagles fans right now is those 3
I'll
first
deny
round
it.
picks.
I don't know what you're talking about. Two
I
niggas
mean, that's
in
a
the
different
same
story.
name.
That's different though. That's a little
Nah,
different.
We got 2 of the same niggas.
I don't do that because Dak's defense ain't.
That's the issue. It's not garbage time. It's his defense.
Yeah, his
Puts him in
defense
a
let up so
position
many
where
fucking
he has
points.
to-
He
has to
ain't got no
throw the ball
choice
a lot.
but to try to score at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's different.
I know. I don't think Dak is a garbage time scorer.
I didn't say.
I think like Dak is. I think going forward.
I've
I
accepted it.
think that I think with Dak going forward, I think that injury is a lot more serious than the media is making it out to be.
I don't think so.
And I think that's just a complication with his ankle
Hmm.
because it's on the same side.
But
But
Yeah.
he got it. He
He's a
got
menace.
it with just poor mechanics. He got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's running the show, bro.
No, he's good.
Because for sure, it ain't.
It is Dallas, and I know that we're gonna have to watch this nigga for the next 10 years. Bro,
Yeah.
like
It ain't changing no
we got
time
3
soon.
first-round draft picks, and it's the 1 year where no quarterbacks are coming out. Like, are you?
Nah, they
kidding
got
me?
the dude from.
outta here. The dude-
But you know,
You gotta say,
it's the
Corey,
you gotta
stop.
say the dude
Corey,
from.
stop.
Corey, stop. I
You
haven't seen
know
him
we
play.
watch college football.
Yeah.
You do too.
No, but I don't. I never watched them, but they said you put me onto it. Actually, the dude that's supposed to be the best quarterback in the draft, he plays for Liberty.
Liberty Malik.
I told y'all.
You know, this is how you know this. You want to know how
He
this
can
is a
throw
bad look?
But like,
You know, no.
No.
I'm gonna dead his whole shit right now.
No, don't even say it.
I promise
Don't
you,
even say
I'm
it.
gonna dead his whole shit right
Why?
now.
Because it's a black movie.
Do you know why it's a bad look? You know who told me about him first? Your dad.
And that has been another episode of the Not That Serious podcast.
All right.
He actually shut me up there. Yo, cause his dad over.
he got some bad football takes.
No, he just
He's a horrible talent evaluator.
nah.
Yeah.
He just
All right,
like
all right. I'll tell you this though, Malik can spin it. He just don't play against good enough talent.
There's no time.
yeah. I think. I mean, yeah.
Nigga plays against Old
He
Dominion.
has a generational arm.
I've never.
I'll
seen
tell you
one
this.
highlight.
I think I
But
sent y'all the
apparently
video
He's projected to
where we're at. Y'all seen what Pop said, right? Did I send that video?
I don't think so.
I forget. I think you did.
Listen, and I look. My grandfather is 87 years old. He's old. He's ignorant, but he's so beside himself. He was sitting there. He was like, "I just had I take the rapist."
Yeah, hold on.
Swear to God. Would y'all?
Take Deshaun
Were
Watson.
you talking about Deshaun
Wait,
Watson
no,
or Ben
so
Roethlisberger?
somebody
I'm
tweeted
taking.
it
I'm
today.
taking Deshaun right now.
He has a no trade clause, and
He doesn't want to come here.
no, yeah, he declined it. The only destination is
Miami.
Miami. Because they said that
Massage parlors.
no, because
He really is nasty. He's nastier than his hairline.
Carolina wants to attempt to trade for him,
Mhm.
but what they were saying was like talking to Philly fans, like Philly reached out to Houston, but he said
They
no.
sent
They
a
sent
private investigator down there to.
Check.
They were ready. They
Yeah.
put in everything. He was the last one that stopped it. Here's my thing. Talent-wise, yes. I just can't take the jokes, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nah.
Nah,
Kev,
yeah.
Kev.
Listen,
Hey,
Once
fuck
you
the
start
jokes.
winning,
They said this
Fuck the
man
joke.
is Brazilian wax from the neck down. I can't take. I can't.
Hey, bro. They said he was dry humping and nutting
he came. Like a nigga. That nigga came
from dry humping
No.
from a.
from humping the air.
No.
It's some thick ass air.
Wow. Oh, that's Debo.
He came though, like he
Nah.
ejaculated.
So like you guys don't want it.
I can't take. I want.
We can't have him. I can.
Ben Simmons joke.
I can take the
I
jokes.
can't take-
I'm good.
Understand? Like we are like the shit we take already.
We do
I
take a
think
lot
you
of shit.
could. I think you could because I mean
We
there
win
was
the Super
there was
Bowl, and
no.
the first thing they're gonna be talking
jokes
about
on
is,
Michael
well,
Vick.
you know. Nah, I can't. I'm sorry.
I can take it, man.
Once you
this
start
is
winning,
why
the
I
jokes
can't
won't be
take
winning.
him.
Winning
I
cures
can't
everything.
objectively take him because I make fun of too many people who are actual like
Nasty niggas.
niggas who other teams, and I make fun of their
Ben
nastiness.
Roethlisberger's. Ben
Mhm.
Roethlisberger.
Like when,
And then
like your Ben
and then the
Roethlisberger's,
protest.
your Cristiano Ronaldo,
The protests will be bad.
Thing-
protests are gonna be
your
terrible,
Kendrick Nuns,
and they're gonna be
things
like,
of that nature.
And then they're gonna ask the white people, right? And they're gonna be like, "Well, why were you cool with Michael Vick?" And be like, "Well, not everybody has a dog, but everybody has a mom." Like I'm not. I can't be.
Damn.
Yo,
Already heard that
some
one. I
yo.
already heard that one at the.
Oh my God!
I'm not.
Not everybody has a dog.
Not everybody has a dog,
Everybody has a mom.
but everybody.
Same dude yelling at people, "Stand up! Take your hat off!" Like, nah. In this city, it's just not the place for it. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
I gotta go.
Yeah, let's get
All
him
right.
out of here.
All right.
All right, y'all. It's been fun.
Yes.
It's another day. Yeah, this. I don't know when this is gonna come out. One day, 1 week when we not feeling like coming to chill out. Where's what we're gonna do. But hey, you know, it's the greatest podcast and the world. Hot mic.
Say it.
You already know what's going on. Make sure you check us out on the socials and all that, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. You know, we'll see y'all next time. Same time, same place. Peace out. Love y'all.
Hey, Keenan, shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, shut the fuck up, Keenan, for the vibes. You know what I'm saying? Because he not here.
Yeah, they're coming. T-shirts coming.